here we go.
I feel like I know him. I feel like I know him already.
Come, look. Who's that? Come here, babe. It's high five.
Hello.
Good girl.
Oh. Okay, so I'm with Emma Budgen, who works in Hampshire for MacIntyre. Been coming up with all sorts of creative ideas during the lockdown. So Emma, when did you start working for MacIntyre?
I joined MacIntyre about November 2018.
Okay, so
it's coming up for 2 years now.
Yeah. So obviously lockdowns had a major, or the COVID epidemic's had a major effect on everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It had a quite a big effect on us down here, because in the New Forest, we support a lot of people who actually live independently on their own. Yeah. So of course, when lockdown came in, a lot of them were also separated from their families, from our Launchpad group, which all our Launchpad groups, they normally take them out to do all their activities. Right. Obviously, that was all suddenly off. And obviously things like anxiety increased. We noticed there were maybe issues with addiction were starting to sort of creep back up. So we started to try and introduce as much as we could for them to do at home, while supported by our lovely staff from MacIntyre. Yeah. So we launched a project called Mac Homegrown, that was my where they were all initially supplied with just sweet peas and sunflowers to grow. Yeah. And I mean, it just took off. We got a letter from Charlie Dimmock. Oh, yeah. She sent us some signed photos. We've just sent her some videos, actually, of the gardens and everything we've done. We're hoping to hear back from her. But some of them just took it to the absolute extreme, that they've grown their own vegetables, they've cooked their own vegetables. So, you know, whereas we would normally be going to cooking club, we've been able to do that with the things they've grown. It's been brilliant.
So that's something that wouldn't have happened, really, would it?
I don't think it. Well, I think we have attempted to do it in the past, but you know, this way, because they were at home, and you know, anyone can grow a plant or a herb or some cress. You know, and for a lot of them and staff as well, it kind of, I kept hearing these words myself as well. Well, I used to do this with my grandparents, and suddenly they wanted to grow everything. And now for us, we are now hoping to secure an allotment in Hampshire somewhere for the next season next year, so this can become a long-term project.
Yeah. When lockdown began, I was in day services too, and
yes,
I don't know if it's the same in the New Forest, but all of their work placements stopped, basically.
We don't have a lot of work placements. It's more that the groups they were going to. So I can give you one example which we've done during lockdown is normally a lot of them would go along to groups with the Coda Music Trust, who run groups with adults with learning difficulties and autism, singing, theatre. And during lockdown, our local Coda Music Trust have continued to do these sessions live on Zoom once a week throughout lockdown. So for those that weren't so interested in the gardening, we were then able to offer them weekly interactive singing and dancing sort of music and movement sessions, where they also do Macathon. So that again has been another really positive thing to come out of this, and something we're hoping may continue on beyond lockdown, whilst everything still seems to be you know, split between going to groups or doing it via Zoom in a safer environment during COVID.
So talking about music then, tell me about the Mac Spice Girls.
Oh, the Mac Spice Girls. Well, I have to big up here my team, Mactastic Media team, who includes Sandy, Angie, Tracy, Maria, Donna. You know, to get Mac Talent off the road, I sort of felt that the staff, we needed to lead by example. So yes, we did get together, and we did film an entry for Mac Talent of us doing Mac Up Your Life. 4 of the Spice Girls turns up in the New Forest. And that led on to us managing to get about 12 individual entries for MacIntyre's Got Talent. But Hampshire, due to the enormous response, to sort of tie up our Mac Grow projects at the end of the season, we are now rehearsing Mac Garden, a Grease mashup. And as I said, I had 4 Spice Girls. So far, I have 10 staff members and about 15 people we support that want to do this. So somehow we will be greasing towards October time.
So also, your lovely husky Care Bear has been coming in.
My lovely. Would you like to meet Care Bear?
That would be fantastic.
I'll see if she'll come and perform. Bear. There come. Ready? Sit. Ready? High five. There she is. Good girl, Bear. Yes. Yeah. This is our little adopted husky who we got just before lockdown.
Yeah.
And whilst the people that we support were starting to get a bit depressed and a little bit anxious and missing their families, I did start taking Care Bear to work. And then from there we were able to take Care Bear out for walks. Care Bear's in Mac Talent. Care Bear loves gardening. So Care Bear as a mental health support dog, which is what I wanted. She's amazing. We love her.
So what is that? Is that something that you've had her trained to do, or was she?
No. I like I said, no. This was I came home a week before lockdown, and so my family went, "Donna, here's the adopted dog I've got." Yeah. And I always wanted to get a dog with a view to working with adults with learning difficulties, and she just slotted straight in as soon as lockdown happened.
Yeah, lockdown. How has it been for you?
It's been fun, to be honest with you, in a lot of ways. I've drawn back on my teaching skills. The people that we support, I think that the people we support in a lot of ways have actually grown a lot through this, learning to be maybe even more independent with support. Staff, I think here in Hampshire we have an amazing team, and we've had a lot more staff interaction than I think we ever had before. We've really come together as a team, and the people we support have managed to maintain their level of living, which is obviously the primary thing, and also we've been able to introduce new things, like you said. Maybe we would have got gardening if it wasn't for lockdown. So all in all, even it's been phenomenally tough, and there's obviously been effects on mental health. I think Hampshire as a whole have come through it quite positively.
Well, one of my questions was, what do you think have been the positives from lockdown? But I think this whole interview
yeah, those are it really. I think we've come together definitely, like you say, nationally as a team, locally as teams. I see there's some amazing guys risking their lives on a skydiving jump.
I saw that.
You know, I think it's come together as a MacIntyre community. That's definitely positive. And also, I think we have helped people with learning difficulties to understand that if there is a big disaster, if we're all together and we all work together, we can get through this, you know, as a team.